I'm like, I know I have.
Where could it be?
Where and honestly, yeah, the one thing, just flows of energy. I'll try to like kind of help you along with that. Like when you, after goal score, I mean, our energy's got to be higher. It doesn't have to stay that way, but like definitely go in, and then you kind of drop it back down. So yeah, we'll be good. I'm not worried about anything.
Daddy might be. It looks like he's working on it.
Okay. And of course, I forgot my highlighter today, but that's all right. Do you have one?
Might.
I switched bags, and of course.
No.
I know. It's all right.
Crazy too, you know. I've been in soccer forever, and like, I have no idea who Beecher is. Never heard his name.
That's
or like.
So weird. And he's been there forever. He's been there like, I don't know, 9 years, 6 years, something like that.
He went to Sacramento State University, graduated in 1986.
Yeah.
Oh, he played in the indoor soccer league.
Oh, okay. I did say
280 goals.
Damn.
That's impressive.
I'm going to ask you that too. What's the difference between indoor and how does it translate? Because obviously it's a lot smaller, but.
There, I can do internal mic. I'm setting audio.
I think I am. Because a couple of these guys have.
Hey fans, on behalf of Sacramento Republic FC and the entire organization, we welcome you to the opening night and we hope you enjoy the match.
day to get to this moment.
For Sacramento, Republic marches on. The Republic's marching in, and we are following along to win the cup and stand alone, victorious and strong. We love our football club, and we will always sing the song. The Republic marches on. Glory, glory, Sacramento. Glory, glory, Sacramento. Glory, glory, Sacramento. The Republic marches on. We are Sacramento, and we'll wave our colors high. Once we storm the field, you'll know our name from far and wide. We're the capital, and we will always stand with pride. The Republic.
And we're scoreless at the half. Sacramento.
Glory, glory, Sacramento.
Glory, glory, Sacramento.
Crowd already getting into it. The Republic out there trying to park up this crowd one more time. The battalion, the Tower Bridge Battalion, the fan supporter group getting this crowd going as well. And this is a record crowd. 20,231 tickets sold, a USL Pro record for a regular season match. Only Orlando City has just a bit of a higher notch, about 600 people more. That was for a championship match. We're not talking about the sixth game of the season.
No, this is unbelievable. Here we are today, and it's looking beautiful. We got the guys walking out right now. I'm sure they've got some butterflies in their stomach right now, but
it's going to be an exciting night tonight.
And we do have some injuries. Jake Gleason will not be playing. Justin Braun, Mike Pasito, and Octavio Guzman all out of this contest. Also, Mickey Daly because of a red card, but the first forward because of injury. So a lot of guys now filling some holes that really wouldn't be starting tonight. As preparation goes, does Preki have these guys ready?
Yeah, he definitely has them ready. You know, it's a good opportunity for those guys to kind of get out and show Preki what they can do with the injuries and with the red card. So hopefully those guys are going to step in and bring some energy tonight.
And we'll take a break here just a moment for the national anthem. But before we do that, you can feel the energy in this building. And now, Kevin, have you ever played in front of a crowd this big? You played MLS soccer now for almost a decade here. Have you played something like this?
Right, Rob. We were talking earlier. I played in New York for about 3 years, and we were probably pretty happy with about 15,000 people on an average number.
And here we are, the national anthem. Well, how about that? The Tower Bridge Battalion, ringing in a new era of soccer in Sacramento, was singing our national anthem. And the Republic, they are ready to go. The Islanders, they are ready to go as well. And here are we in the broadcast booth, ready to go as well. Rob McAllister, Kevin Goldthwait with you this evening. We'll get to your starting lineups here. And here we are. As it looks like in the goalkeeper box, just getting these lineups just about a couple of moments ago. It'll be Nick Noble for the Islanders. Again, he is in this third season, and he is one of their best players at 6'4". He is a guy who can cover a lot of range in that box. On the defensive side, we'll have Rafael Cox, Pedro Ribeiro, Richie Marquez, and Cone Zizi. Colin Zizi will bet out the backfield. In the midfield, we'll have, looks like Jason Peltier, along with Matt Boehner, Jan Ekra, and in the midfield will be Robbie Dershang. Now up front will be Morgan Langley and Garrett Pettis to round out the 11. For the visiting Islanders, they are in the light blue, dark blue shorts, and a few of them with some bright orange cleats as well. The home Republic wearing their dark maroon and white shorts, and they are pumped up, ready to go. A little bit of a game time temperature here, a little bit colder than what we see typically in late April here in Sacramento, but currently we've been hovering around that 60-degree mark for most of the afternoon. It looks like we're at 57 degrees for kickoff here at Hughes Stadium for the first inaugural match. The Sacramento Republic taking on the Islanders. How does weather take into a factor here? A little bit of wind, Kevin. No rain in the forecast, though. That's probably the best sign.
Yeah, rain isn't usually the big issue. The big issue is typically wind. We got a little bit of wind going across the field here, but shouldn't be too much to deal with. I think the goalkeepers just need to make sure that they're aware of it and start kind of planning for some funky things with the ball when it's in the air. But beyond that, temperature-wise, it's perfect for a game tonight. A great temperature to play.
And so the referee talking with both captains of the Republic and the Islanders. But in the goalie box for the Republic will be Dominic Djukovic, and he is filling in for Jake Gleason, who is out with a groin injury. Djukovic, he is no stranger to Sacramento. He's played a lot of time here, and he was one of the first guys I got to meet when this whole Republic thing was coming together about a year ago.
Yeah, he's got to be the one guy I think out there that's just itching to get this game going. I think he's been a Sacramento guy, been here forever. And I imagine his blood's pumping right now as this game's getting started.
And you see they're taking a team picture on the field, and the media just surrounding this one. And How cool is that?
Yeah, this
on
is,
the field as a very first start of the inaugural game.
Yeah, this is
Hey, we having fun?
Those guys will all maybe request.
Come on, are we having fun?
But this is definitely a great
Hey!
moment for Sacramento right now.
And here, let's go down the field, Warren Smith.
This is what it's all about. Look around you. This is what indomitable means. Hey, you guys have all been with us from day one. I want to thank you, thank everybody. But before we start, this isn't just about soccer. This is about Sacramento. I love this town, and I know you do too. Let's make it better. With that, I'd like to thank Los Rios Community College District and Sac City College for hosting us. Can we thank them all? Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce and thank Tim Holt, the president of the United Soccer Leagues. Let's thank him for choosing Sacramento. And last, I want to thank the Tower Bridge Battalion and everybody here tonight. Thank you. Have a great time. Enjoy yourself.
It's a bad rap.
Well, Kevin, let's play some soccer, shall we?
Absolutely.
We've been waiting this for a long time here in Sacramento. We've had Darius Klaus. We'll talk about the history of soccer throughout this broadcast tonight, but really, here is one of the biggest soccer showings this city has ever seen. It's for the Sacramento Republic FC in the USL Pro, and they're taking on Harrisburg City Islanders, and as a visiting team, even though they've struggled 0-2-1 so far in the year, just a single point, and the Republic coming to 2-2-1, 7 points. Doing pretty well. They're already in the top 5 in the standings here for a young team. How impressive is it to see a squad like this, who really hasn't had a lot of experience together, coming together and playing pretty well?
Yeah, you know, they probably only had 2 to 3 months of, probably 2 months of training together as a team. So for them to come together and get a couple points on the roads particularly, I think is a pretty good sign. And love to see what these guys can do with their own supporter section behind them.
So 5 Republic players out of the game. And we got a couple of changes here, and it appears that we'll have a couple of changes as well. So it looks like Jose Gonzalez will be on the field as well. And we're talking about a couple of local guys. We'll discuss those as well. A couple of guys who just went to a tryout and ended up on the team. So very cool. A lot of stories here for you tonight as we play. It's 57 degrees, the wind blowing from the south to the northeast, but no rain in sight. We do have cloud cover ahead, and a lot of the 20,000 fans here bundled up, and they're all wearing their maroon and black, getting ready for this match. And it looks like the Republic will kick off and start the air end, and the cheers underway. And Sacramento from the touchline will move into the backfield, and we see just how aggressive this will be. What kind of program will we really see from Preki and the preparation? We know these guys are all about team, and here's a play up to the front and a tackle that will kick it out, and Republic recovers. But what kind of soccer style will we see from Coach Preki in this Republic team?
I think what Preki needs to do tonight, he needs to make sure that these guys come out firing on all cylinders. I think they need to kind of impose their style of play on things. And that's what I would like to see personally, see these guys come out firing on all cylinders and putting some pressure on the opposition here.
And a boot down to the sideline and giving chase is the Republic, and Delbridge will control it. And we'll have a throw-in from the sideline. So here at Hughes Stadium, we're on artificial turf here, not that natural grass you typically see. Can that be a problem? Is that a little bit different? Because these guys have been practicing on natural grass for most of the year.
Yeah, typically you'll get the guys out to the, they were out here yesterday on the Hughes surface, so they were kind of practicing on this artificial surface, and it's something that these guys play on quite a bit actually, but it is different. And, you know, there are some things and variables that you got to kind of take into account, but shouldn't be too much of an issue for either team.
The local Sacramento State grad, Max Alvarez, knocked to the ground. And so Republic will get the ball back here. But we talked about, you just heard from Warren Smith, the owner and president of this Republic squad. He says, this is about Sacramento. And sure enough, I know there are a lot of soccer fans in Sacramento, but I can tell you this, Kevin, a lot of these people out here just wanted to see what the excitement was all about. And you know what? That made G just as important, because this is a city that continues to fight. We saw them fight for their kings, and now they're fighting to get a Major League Soccer franchise someday, but it starts here today in the USL Pro with the Republic.
Yeah, all signs are pointing to some good things happening with 20,000 strong out here, so this will definitely turn some heads, and I'm sure Don Garber over in New York will be will hear about this either tonight or tomorrow, about this this great turnout here.
And for those keeping it home, want to keep an eye on Adam John, just a young kid and on loan from the Earthquakes. Also played right here in the capital city. Played at Jesuit, a two-time California Player of the Year. Simply incredible. Keep our eyes on number 14 tonight, I think.
Yeah, and coincidentally, I think his sister works in the front office selling season tickets, so they got their roots pretty deep here in the Sac Republic right now.
Do you think she calls and says, hey, my brother's playing. You got to come check us out?
Exactly.
And so early on, it looks like the Islanders have a little bit of advantage. What are they doing better than the Republic?
Yeah, you know, I think they're holding the ball a little bit better right now, and had a couple good entry passes into Sac Republic's defensive third. So Sac Republic's handled the pressure well. Just need to settle down, maybe a couple pregame or early game jitters that should shake out here momentarily.
Djokovic will be holding it here and waiting for his teammates to set up a little bit. And a pretty good boot. Past midfield, up in the air for grabs and headed away, and the Republic punching it down to the left side. Crossing over, and a move trying to get back with Stewart, and has it punched away.
Yeah, it was a great first touch by Stewart there to try to take an attempt at the defender there for Sac Republic.
Republic trying to settle down. You talked about nerves a little bit. You know, we can feel it here in the booth. There's just a nervous energy about this. You almost want this game to be 9-0 after the first couple of moments, but that's not realistic. Both these two teams have very good soccer clubs. Sacramento dancing with it here in the attack zone. And this saga for the Sacramento Republic began about a year and a half ago with a dream from Warren Smith and a big header here. Pushing it, been a little bump. No call, and so they'll play on. And clearing it out in Republic. We'll get it back into play. But this all started about a year and a half ago. And I know, Kevin, you saw that probably being your hometown, there really wasn't a huge soccer presence. How great is it for you being a player that went on to the highest level here in the States to see a big-time soccer program here in Sacramento?
Yeah, I think the energy here in Sacramento has been different for the last year and a half with the arrival of Republic. It's been something special. I get people asking me constantly about it, which I'm glad that the game's being shared with the city here. So we got a little attacking play here.
And it's a little chip in and
goal.
A goal.
Onside.
And he just played it a little bit wrong. It looks like it is Robbie Dershang. So Dershang with the first goal, and it comes against the Republic, and the inaugural game goes to the visiting Islanders, and not the way this crowd wanted to go. And it just seemed like everyone just played that one a little bit off. It just chipped it in.
Yeah, not the start you want, obviously. Now it's on Precky's shoulders here to really settle his guys down and make sure that they know that we got 85 minutes left. So we got a long way to go, but a bit of a hill to climb here. Hopefully the Republic can kind of put their foot on the ball, slow it down a little bit, and kind of take control of things here.
And everyone almost stopped when he kicked it. Almost like, is there something wrong? And clearly it didn't go Sacramento's way. No call here. He was onside, and so the goal counts. It's 1-0 here. early on, and that goal coming in the 6th minute of play here in Sacramento at Hughes Stadium. The stadium has seen a lot of big-time matches, from NFL games to high school football to a couple of boxing matches and the like, and now professional soccer as well. So this Hughes Stadium, even though it went through a major renovation, these fans here have been treated to a lot of great contests. And that kick deflected, and Jokovec's going to go out to chase it down. When a situation like this, sometimes, Kevin, do you try to do too much? Is there a sense where, you know, we have this big crowd, we've got to really put on a show?
Yeah, I honestly feel, you know, I've been a part of a couple of home openers in my time, and I feel the first 10 minutes you're really kind of walking on air almost, and you don't really know what's going on, and hopefully these guys can kind of settle down a little bit and realize it's just like any other game they've been playing their entire life.
And here's a kick up into the zone. Sacramento now. Alvarez working the right side, crosses over, takes a shot and misses wide right.
Good attempt there. You know, I think ideally you had the overlap here on the near side. That would have been nice to see the ball played outside, but can't complain when you have an effort on goal.
And so Noble will kick it out. He's a goals against average 1.5 a contest. Now, it's been a rough start so far for the Islanders. They've yet to pick up a win, but this is only their 4th match, so a little bit later on in the year. And a nice block there, as it'll sail out and it'll stay Islander possession. But we talk about the history of Sacramento, and really probably the biggest team, and I'm sure you watched them growing up as well, was the Sacramento Knights, and that was that indoor team. Really filled up Arco Arena almost each and every night. They were really the talk of the town for quite a bit.
They were. Those were games I absolutely remember going to when I was younger, and one of the reasons why I think I kind of continued my soccer career was watching the Knights, you know, every other week out at Arco. Now,
when you looked at indoor soccer, you say, you know, that looks a little easier. We don't have to run as much. And now the Islanders playing with it in the corner. And Sacramento will take it back, but you see that attack continuing from the Islanders here early on in this contest. They lead 1-0. And when you look at the indoor soccer, a lot of these guys have played both indoor and outdoor. What's the big difference? I know the field size is a lot different. Is it a different pace? What is it?
Yeah, it's a much different pace indoor. You're pretty much, I think, rolling similar to hockey with rolling shifts. So you're in and out, and the flow of the game is much, much quicker. So for being the same game, there's quite a bit of difference when you really kind of bear down to the nuts and bolts of things.
And the Islanders trying to set up their offense a little bit, get those gaps a little bit wide open, trying to shoot them. They really seem they've been trying to play those edges, and they get the advantage here, kicking it toward the goal line, not able to make a move on it.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of that right side right now.
That's Morgan Langley. We do have the wave going on as well here at Hughes Stadium. So Langley's been able to really work on that right side for most of this contest here. Is that something they probably said, you know what, we might have an advantage there against Ubi Seon?
Yeah, that might have been part of the game plan. It could also just be the first part of the game, the way the ball is rolling right now out to that side, and opportunities are presenting themselves over there.
And a missed kick there sends high, doesn't go very far, and now Sacramento a little bit of trouble. And trying to control it and get it back into the neutral zone, but here's the steal. Stewart dribbling, makes a move on his man, and a nice sliding tackle to punch it out, and his Ekra was nice defensively on the right side there, able to make a play. That could have been trouble. Sac Republic had a big advantage going.
Yeah, good little counterattack there with Stewart picking the ball off their center backs.
Playing here at Hughes Stadium. Just barely meets the soccer requirements as the sidelines are just near the track. This one crosses over toward the middle, and Sacramento trying to work something here. You can hear the battalion down to our left. They're in section, I think it's 26 tonight, and they have been loud for most of the evening already. Working into the zone. Here's the right side. And no call there, and the crowd very unhappy.
Yeah, Republic unfortunate there not to get the call. Set pieces in the final third are always valuable, and feel a little bit slighted there not to get that call to go our way here.
And here's the throw in from Ribeiro. Here's the Missed opportunity there. And for those soccer fans who maybe really don't understand the throw, what are you trying to gain an advantage there? Obviously, they were really trying to throw down the left side there.
Yeah, you just progressing the ball down the field and potentially start playing in that third of the field, their attacking third.
Sacramento work in the middle here. And Jugovic with a nice boot toward midfield is giving chase for the Islanders. And Matt Boehner has been pushing things already, but the goal coming from Dershing, and that's the Islanders' only score so far this evening. This crowd really into this match already, and a lot of them trying to just see what this team is all about. And really at this kind of level, a lot of these guys can be moved up and down on loan. You know, we have a couple of these players that may be on a short loan, maybe here for the long term. But this team, as we've talked about a little bit earlier, is it just really starting to come together. And at the USL Pro level, you know, the MLS, you're trying to build a championship team. One of the best pieces here. At USL Pro level, what is the goal here? What is, you know, is it to get these guys up to that next level, and is it to win as a team? What is it?
Yeah, I mean, that's a piece of it, I think, with having guys coming in and out, whether they're rehabbing or getting minutes down here with Sacramento. The goal is to win championships here, regardless of who you have in there. It makes it a little more difficult at times because you do have these guys kind of coming in for a month, leaving for a week or two. But at the end of the day, what I'm sure Preki and what Warren Smith want is they want wins and championships.
A good start so far to this. You can't ask for a whole lot more than a sellout, and everyone a little bit soccer crazy in a town where the Kings have ruled for so long. The River Cats as well, and Warren Smith a part of that, bringing the River Cats over in the development of one of the most successful AAA baseball franchises in the entire country. And a nice fight there and moving it along, and nice work by Merkovich, who just stole it away. And the Republic about to give it right back. Merkovich very determined. He's going right back forward again, and here's a crossover. Alvarez trying to get it to the middle, and it is taken away. And we have a whistle blown.
Yeah, we had a foul before that pass was played. Looked like the official was trying to play maybe a little bit of advantage there, but it looks like the ball's going Sac Republic way here. See what they decide to do here. Typically, I think what we'd want to see is have Alvarez just loft the ball into the box and look for big Jan, and hopefully Jan can get his head on it and maybe put it on goal.
So Alvarez to kick. He'll go toward the goal. It'll be punched out toward the touchline, and Sacramento right back on top of it again. Alvarez working that right side double team. He'll dribble out toward the middle again, looking for Jan. Jan not there. I hear a couple of vuvuzelas too. How you say vuvuzela? I can never say that right.
We got a couple in the crowd. All right.
Sacramento on the attack toward the goal. A cross kick just a little too far, and the Republic have to chase it back down. The Republic working to our right for this first half. Morkovich at the point trying to work it in. And here's Adam John. So Adam John not only probably a little disappointing and being sent from San Jose here to Sacramento on loan. Clearly the goal is to stay at the MLS level, but it's got to be a little bit nicer that he's at least coming home, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think what Adam needs to focus on is just getting some good minutes, and at the end of the day, this is going to be some fitness for him, and he won't be thinking of this negatively. I think this is a chance for him to get some games, and anybody, if you're a professional soccer player, you want to play.
Nice header there. Nice header again by Delbridge. And you look at Jan, and here's a guy, Jan, is that, you know, he's a big time star here. He's drafted number 15th overall by the Earthquakes, and they've struggled this year. So it's not definitely the Earthquakes that everyone thought they would probably be at the start of the season. And they've really had a tough go. And here's a break by Sacramento. And giving chase, John there again, not able to track it down. The Islanders get it back, and a little bit of a fight for it near the touchline, and it'll be Islanders possession. So you talk about that development, and for you, you're able to kind of move around. And soccer, you're a soccer player, you better be ready to move around. I mean, even if you are a very, very good player, you're probably going to be jetting around a lot, not only just for the season, but clearly because you're going to probably play for a lot of teams.
Yeah, and this is kind of a new wrinkle to what MLS is working on, is you have these affiliates now where guys, if you're, say, for example, in San Jose or in Portland, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be there for the whole year, whether you get hurt or if the coach and the coaching staff think that you need to get some game minutes. You could be sent down to Sacramento and get some quality minutes, which is actually a really good thing at the end of the day for the league and for the USL.
And Sacramento, the only USL Pro team with 2 affiliations, with the Portland Timbers, of course, and the San Jose Earthquakes. So 2 teams that are at a very, very close distance, only an hour or so plane ride from Portland and just about a 2-hour drive from San Jose here. So much like the A's and the River Cats affiliated, it's a short drive to get your players some extra work, as you say, and with a very good MLS Coach of the Year in Preki. So this is obviously a team that will be picking up a few new things, hopefully.
Yeah, I think it's a win-win for everybody here. I think San Jose is thrilled to have Preki here to work with, Portland as well. And Sacramento and Preki, he'd be happy to have players come down. So win-win on both sides.
And looking to throw in toward the bunch, and Sacramento controlling it and then gives it right back up. Into the neutral zone here. The Islanders dominated early on. They really had the possession in the attack zone and able to score on really a soft kick from the far post. And a big kick again by Jukovic. And the header sails out of play, and it will be Republic ball. Sacramento so far on the year 2-2-1, and their first matchup ever coming against the Galaxy 2, and it was Justin Braun with the header with the first goal in Republic history. And we'll see who get the hopefully a first goal here on the inaugural opener as well. But Braun out tonight, and Braun's a guy that you played with. When you kind of have these guys with veteran leadership, how does that help some of these younger guys?
Well, you see the experience that they have, and typically with your older guys in the locker room, I think their work ethic's the one thing that 9 times out of 10 is going to be a great example for the younger guys. And like you mentioned, playing with Braun over the years, he's a perfect guy for the locker room and a perfect guy for the younger players to look up to.
It's also hard because those older guys still want to play, though, too. They're not ready to give up that position quite yet. But with Braun out, John and Stewart getting some extra minutes. And now Sacramento will get it back here after his last kicked by the Isles. Harrisburg City Islanders, been around the league a few years now, and just one of the smaller clubs in the USL Pro, just located west of Philadelphia. But now the Republic on the run, chasing it down nice defensively by Junior. And Edino loses it, however. Now it's the goal line. It looks Sacramento is going to have a corner kick.
Yeah, you see the 2 big center backs coming up. Hopefully we'll get a good ball sent into the box for these 2 guys, and maybe even Jan to get on the end of this thing here.
Well, here is Alvarez to kick it. The wind is blowing as well, likely a factor. Here's the boot toward the middle, and the header sails over the top rail.
Yeah, Stewart in great position right there. Just couldn't steer that ball down to the ground, and the ball sails over the goal. Unfortunate, but good set piece there.
A lot of educating, and you are the teacher here today, sir. So a lot of these corner kicks, what are you looking for? Are there certain guys that you're trying to target if you're kicking from the corner? Are there certain players that you know what, this is our tallest guy, we're going to try to hit him? Who is it?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have your like the center backs heading up there for the set pieces, corner kicks, and other free kicks. And what you want to see is a near post run, a far post run, and then someone running towards the middle of the goal. And hopefully one of those 3 guys, typically those are the 3 guys that are going to be your big guys, and typically and hopefully they'll be able to get their head on it at the end of the day. A little scuffle over here.
And now it's getting a little bit chippy. Mirkovic And a little bit of a shuffle, and off limping it will be Morgan Langley. So those two, looks like Langley threw him down, and now Langley is slow to get up. Murkovic was not ready to back down whatsoever, and it looks like it's going to be Sacramento ball. And asking for some clarification as they'll do a free kick here. And no cards thrown or anything, but it looks like a shove down is okay every once in a while.
Apparently, all the referee's discretion here. So.
And a nice kick into the middle, and John will make a play for it. And the Islanders able to punch it right back out. A nice night in Sacramento for soccer. The Republic taking on the Islanders, and coming out to make the play is a goalie, Jukabek, and a nice pick up there to thwart the defense and stop the advantage for the Islanders, who already have a score here in the 6th minute of this contest. Dershang with a little bit of chip in. And are they going to say offsides?
Yeah, flags up here, offsides. I think that's the right call. We had a pretty good view of it up here. I think that might have been Alvarez, who looked like he was just 1 or 2 steps off. Unfortunate. Good play by Republic, though.
Stewart in the neighborhood as well. And the offside rule, as we know, is that if you kick it and they're still behind the player, but once it's up off their foot, it's everybody's ball, right?
Right. And perfect example right there, where as soon as that ball left, I think it might have been Stewart or Rodrigo's foot, it looked like there was a definite offsides there. So good call by the linesman.
And so the Islanders will get a kick here. And now they've got an advantage. Sacramento closing in quickly. Raphael Cox dribbling it around, makes a short pass. And an errant opportunity there, and just a real missed play there by the Islanders.
Yeah, good pressure by Sacramento there. Really forcing them to make some decisions quickly, and it looks like they made the wrong decision, and Sacramento gets the ball back.
Jokabek's touched the ball quite a bit tonight, and I don't know if that's something Brecky would like to see a little bit less of, as he's really been involved in this play quite often here. And here's the work side is Delbridge. Delbridge will try to send it down.
It looks like it rolled over just a touch there, so throw in for Islanders down in the defensive third here for Republic.
And it will be Cox from a pretty good angle here. And he'll throw it towards the net. The header. Once, not twice, and now the opportunity from the right side. It's Peltier. And now Sacramento in a little bit of trouble. A scrum there, and it's Langley on the right side again. Morgan Langley, in his 4th season with the Islanders, has really been a pain. He had 12 points a year ago, all coming from goals. Just 5'10", 150 pounds, but the Hawaii native really putting his mark on this game early, even though he doesn't have the only goal, but he really has been a pain along that right side.
Yeah, and it looks like Sac Republic here got lucky, got fortunate to not concede the corner kick here. So
header into the middle. Fight for it in the neutral zone. The Islanders looking to extend their lead here. Approaching the 26th minute. And a tripping there. No call?
We got a foul here.
And they did call, okay.
Looks like someone might be going in the book as well, so. Yeah, it looks like the official is going to caution.
And it is Langley.
Yeah.
So Langley gets a yellow card. And the Republic fans like that. They've gone a little quiet here.
Yeah, and that's early in the game for Langley, so Langley's got to be cautious for the rest of the game. You know, another hard foul, he'll pick up that second yellow and be sent off. So definitely something that he'll have in the back of his head for the rest of the game.
And here's Langley dribbling now from the right side. Sends it over to the left side of the field, running the left lane. And here's Dershang. Dershang crocks it over to Ekra. Ekra toward the goal, and here's a play. Picked it up. Nice save by Jukabek, and coming all the way down the middle and trying to punch it in were the Islanders and had a man open, just couldn't convert. A nice job by Jokovic. And it was Cody Andrews who tried to kick it into the last moment, just unable to make a play. So the Republic catch another break there, Kevin.
Yeah, good break there. Good pressure, and I think that Jokovic made a good move to come in and scoop it up cleanly and distribute the ball out of the back. So all in all, good play by Republic.
The Republic have done a really nice job. They had a band playing before the match here. A lot of the players going over to Track 7, a local bar just around the corner here in the Lamb Park neighborhood of Sacramento. And here's the Republic making a run themselves. And there is a tripping penalty there. And so a free kick. Alvarez slow to get up. He's still on his knees.
That's well done. Well won and well done by Alvarez to earn this free kick here. Making some progressive and forward movements, which I'm sure Precky's taking notice to right now. He seems to be real active over here on the right side.
So the Republic doing a lot of nice things throughout the week leading up to this first inaugural match. They were buying fans beers, and here's a great kick toward the center. A cross is over and it punched away. And now trying to clear it back and get things going. Here's Murkovic.
Great ball in by Alvarez there. That's the set piece that you want. Whipped in, hard, head height. Great ball in.
And so it'll be a throw in here, and it'll be Dershang. And he'll relieve it up, but Sacramento really building this inaugural matchup here. And you show up early today, you've got a live band playing, you've got just about every type of food here to order. You've got the community involved in this as well. Makuni Sushi, who I know so many people love Taro and all of the restaurants that they've been able to open up throughout the area. There's even a Sac Republic roll. Have you tried it out yet, Kevin?
I saw it. I've not tried it
yet.
yet.
Maybe we'll have to go after the match here, and we'll have to go get our own Republic roll here. But it's just very cool to see this entire community really embracing a team that didn't exist 6 months ago.
Exactly. It's something special, and the city's absolutely embraced it with open arms.
And we were talking about before, too, is that, you know, everyone's like, oh, you got to come out. We're having a beer here. We're going to go grab some food here. And we're like, we got to go to the game. We got to prepare for the big match.
Right,
so
right. Everyone else is having a good time. We're working.
Yeah. The other half of us wanted to go this, but we're very excited to bring you the live stream here on SacRepublic.com. And Rob McAllister, Kevin Goldar. And here's an opportunity now for the Republic. Here is Stewart. Stewart near the goal line, still fighting for it, still going for it. And a punch away by the Islanders. And that looked like a flop job out in the middle of the field there, though. But
yeah, that previous attacking play, though, Vukovic sent in a great ball to Stewart. And Stewart's on his front studs, always looking to go forward. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to get a shot off.
So Vukovic able to plead his case, but Pettis there just went down hard, but seemed like he got hit pretty hard, but he got it pretty quick if you didn't get hit hard that quick.
Yeah, you see that often.
A lot of acting, but hey, it tends to work, and Sacramento knows a lot about that. Vlade Divac for the Sacramento Kings was one of the pioneers and almost the godfather of flopping in any type of sport. So
that's a European root.
Yeah. So there it is. So Sac Republic, as Uvi Seon kicks it away. But interesting, we talk about, you know, really embracing his team. And I don't know if you went through the crowd right here and asked any of these fans to name 2 or 3 players that they probably couldn't tell you. But that's what makes it so great. They're going to start falling in love with some of these players. And that name across the front.
Yeah, this is their first introduction to these guys. So I think that they're going to fall in love with them and really start supporting these guys. So real exciting stuff.
And what a cool atmosphere. You come early during the day, and a lot of them, you know, go have drinks or, you know, food or whatever it is. And, you know, they couldn't tailgate here at Sac City College, but, you know that's opportunity is going to come when they move over to Bonniefield at Cal Expo.
Yeah, a lot of guys over at Track 7 enjoying themselves.
And we're saying that we've heard friends that it was not more. Here's a corner kick, crosses over the middle, and a header. It's dead there in the middle. Still a fight for it, and Sacramento able to clear it away.
Cleared out.
The crowd likes this one. Here is a power left boot from the Islanders, sails over the crossbar, and Sacramento with another nice defensive stop over the Islanders. As we move into the 31st minute, still 1-0. Harrisburg City over Sacramento. You can just feel this place is going to erupt when that first goal scores.
Right. People are on the edge of their seats right now, waiting for something good to cheer for.
And so many of these parents, you know, I'm sure your family, how many soccer matches did they go to of yours? You know?
Yeah, many.
So this is definitely not something new to them, but this is a whole new experience. This is professional soccer. These are the elite of the elite players. Many of them coming from across the globe, but a lot of players here locally too. And we'll talk more about those guys. We talked to Adam and John already, and Alvarez, two guys, pretty strong roots in Northern California. Speaking of Alvarez, fighting there. John trying to catch up, working the right side.
Yeah, it looks like Ribeiro here pulled down one of our guys of the Republic. So we got a little set piece again here, and Alvarez whipped in a great ball on his last the last set piece. Let's see if he can recreate that. Maybe Lopez is standing over it as well. Lopez is great on set pieces, so we'll see who takes this.
Alvarez off to the right, Lopez to the left, and they'll set it up. About 22 yards or so away from the goal. It's John in the way back. Moving forward is Stewart. And into the goal!
Adam Young.
Sacramento scores on a header!
Adam Young, great ball in by Alvarez, great run by Jan. That's exactly how you write it up, and they performed perfectly there. Great goal.
Listen to this crowd. Adam John ties it up. The first goal in Sacramento's home history goes to the Rook.
Jan's a scrapper, man. He's a scrapper in the box, and I think that's a pretty stereotypical goal for him. Hard-nosed, hard-working, blue-collar guy, so great goal.
A beautiful header, and give credit, a great kick as well from Lopez, and sends it in. And we are locked up at 1 here now. That coming in the 33rd minute of the first half here from Hughes Stadium.
Alvarez did a great ball there.
Was it Alvarez who kicked it?
Alvarez.
It was
That's
Alvarez.
perfectly scripted. That's what you work on usually a Friday before the game. You're working on your set pieces. Hard tackle there.
Beautifully done by Delbridge.
Fire up the crowd. That's great.
And we're even standing here in the booth as well. And if you were sleeping anywhere in Land Park, well, I think you just have been awakened, because the Republic fans, all 20,231 of them, they are up on their feet as well now. And the Tower Bridge Battalion, they keep waving their flags, and they have got this crowd pumped up. Peltier.
Yeah, that's a great tackle by Delbridge. I mean, that's what you want from your center backs. You want them coming in hard and going through the ball. Pretty textbook right there. It's good to see.
There's Ribeiro now to throw in. Decent header by the Islanders. And the Republic shanks it down the other way. Vukovic toward the neutral zone. Giving chase down the left side at Gonzalez. Gonzalez with the over-the-head kick. And a header here. Nice volleying by Sacramento, has yet to touch the ground. And another header. And after 4 kicks, it finally touches the turf. And a fight for it down, and a whistle blows.
A little ticky-tack foul in there.
And that seemed a little weak, as both, you had 4 players, 2 from each side, going after the ball there.
Gives the Islanders a little set piece chance here, about 30 yards out, 35 yards out here. So Republic's got to make sure they sort out their back line right now and really hold firm. Sometimes you see after you score a goal, the back sometimes softens up a little bit, unfortunately. So we got to make sure that these guys are holding down the fort here.
So Alvarez scored against the Galaxy, but picked up his first assist of the season. And John picking up his first goal of the year. And now Sacramento's Alvarez again. And nice defensive stop by the Islanders.
A good run out by Alvarez there. Unfortunate not to get a call maybe.
We'll play 45 in this first. Take a quick break, and then we'll come back for another 45. How's that sound to you, Kevin?
Sounds great. As long as we got more goals than they do.
I hope you'll stick around.
Yeah.
And this one's going out in the crowd. I think only baseball is the only sport you get to keep the ball when it goes in the crowd.
Yeah, you're going to have some ball boys chasing you down if you're trying to hold the ball into your shirt.
These are not cheap. These are not, $11, $7 balls, whatever they cost at different levels. These are a little bit more expensive. into the neutral zone here, but you almost feel different momentum here for Sacramento as they've just almost become a little bit more aggressive in the last about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think the confidence is building, which is good, and I think that's your pregame or your first game jitters finally have shaken out. So some very positive movement by the Republic right now, and hopefully they can hold out and maybe push for another one here before the halftime blows.
So Dershang was in a fight with Gonzalez. He'll relinquish the opportunity to Ribeiro, who will throw in.
Yeah, these narrow fields throw-ins are gonna become a threat.
This one's toward the goal, and a nice pickup by Jukabek.
That's a great play.
And a little bit of size there, that can always play into it as well. You know, you look at some of your goalies, you clearly want them taller. He's about 6'1", 6'2", and able to go up and grab the ball. Here's Sacramento again, threatening from the left side. Here's Uvi Seon. Little nice touch pass over the middle, back over to Lopez. Lopez working it through. A nice play here, into the back. Crossing it over. And John couldn't pick it up.
Jan was wide open. That's a good attempt to try to find him. We got a corner kick here, so still on the attacking movements here.
Split second too late, it seemed, right there.
Right. Good movement by Republic, though. That's what you want to do. You want to find the ball out on the flanks and have some guys start whipping in some solid crosses.
And here's Lopez toward the goal. Crosses over. Right back, Alvarez going toward the net. And a decent save again by Noble. Nick Noble was all over that one, and just a big boot. And now everyone wondering, Mirkovic, why did he just send it out there?
That was a great ball sent in by Lopez. That's a pretty typical for Lopez. Great set pieces. His right foot is unbelievable. You just need to get him on the ball more.
Brecky now standing. Delbridge back. He'll get it over to the goalkeeper. How do you rate both these goalkeepers so far in this match? They've each given up a goal.
Yeah, I mean, both goals were a bit unfortunate for the goalkeepers. Can't really complain too much or really fully give them a full grade yet, but so far so good for them. Nothing major.
Has the Republic coming out as a team now really able to watch a game live for the very first time? What are your thoughts so far on this team? Do you think this is the way they need to be playing, or do you think there's a lot more left for them?
Yeah, I think there's more left for them. You know, the first 10, 15 minutes, I thought they were a bit timid, but like I said, the last 10 or 15 minutes now, they seem to be coming out of the shell a little bit, really putting their own personality on the game, which is great to see.
Also great to see. Just looking out in the crowd, you see so many different families and a lot of young kids as well. And, you know, the one thing we see when you talk about professional sports, a lot of these kids able to go to some of the, baseball games or basketball and even football, traveling to the Bay Area as well. And but a lot of these kids don't play those sports. Most of them play soccer. And you have almost 100,000 people in this city that religiously play soccer at all different levels. And here they are. You get to see some big-time pros, and a ball sent out there as Sacramento tries to get their offense spurring again. But it is, for a little kid, it's got to be a really unique experience to say, you know what, I can be like them too.
No, this is right in front of their own nose and seeing with their own eyes live the real deal of professional soccer is here in Sacramento, which, I mean, it'll inspire hundreds and thousands of kids here in Sacramento, which is just phenomenal. Something real exciting going on.
And to be playing in 20,000 people, say, I want to play in front of 20,000 people.
Right.
And having her to say, you know what, I want to play on this field when I get older. A nice cross play, nice job there by Gonzalez. And Sacramento will set it back up. From the midway point, this will be a cross kick over to the right side. Alvarez, a nice juggle. A volley here, a volley there. Now a kickoff to the left side. Punched it right back, and here's a little bit of room for Stewart. And Stewart just can't get behind the defense quick enough. But here's Gonzalez to the right side again. And a kick toward the net. Who's going to be there? Oh, just an off-centered kick, not able to get there quick enough.
Yeah, you like to see Lopez maybe use the left foot there, but still a great run by Lopez and a good ability to get on the end of that cross.
Oh, Lopez and Alvarez, we've said their names quite a bit, and Alvarez goes down, and nothing. The crowd is upset about it. You think at this level he'd be a pretty good walker and runner. He wouldn't trip on his own, but they didn't call it that
I
way.
gotta be honest, it looked a little soft in my mind, but a little embellishment, but I can't complain. Unfortunate. It was a good run by Alvarez, and unfortunate not to get the call. I'd be complaining if I was on the field if I was those guys. So.
Hey, we're all salesmen at some point, right? So you got to sell it. And maybe he doesn't get this call, but maybe he'll get one lever. So the referee
gets the crowd excited nonetheless.
Nonetheless, and that's all about this home advantage, and Sacramento has it here, but can they take advantage here? Whoa, here's a big play. On the right side, running cup over the middle. Here is Stewart. Stewart, to Merkovich. Merkovich sets it up for the left side, and here is a trailing. And tipped away is Stewart, and Lopez was on that left side.
Great run by Uvise on there. That's what you want your outside backs doing. You want them pushing forward and overlapping into that final third. So unfortunate not to get that final pass to him.
Here's a quick throw in. Merkovich from the right. Here's Delbridge. Delbridge has really been that stopper, kind of in the back, just really calming things down, almost setting it up a little bit.
Yeah, he's got a good presence back there. He's a big kid. Young kid, and I think the guy's got a lot of potential, a lot of growing to do, but he's got a lot of potential. He's got the physical tools there for sure. 22
years old, 6'4". I'm sure that he would try to lure to play a little bit of basketball in Australia as well, but in Australia. And you know, a lot of guys coming to play a lot of those sports, but he's stuck with soccer, and it's worked out well for him. He's in the professional ranks here. Yeah. And going down and clutching his ankle. Lopez. And it looks like Lopez, and that's his left foot, and that's his moneymaker. So that's a tough blow for Sacramento if he can't get back up, and it looks like he's just going to take his time, maybe let his team get a breather a little bit.
He'll shake it off. He'll be fine. It looked like a hard tackle. Definitely doesn't feel good to get a couple studs in your ankle, but something you can walk off.
And we talked about Delbridge, and one thing we haven't really discussed yet was really how many of these players have played for the Ventura County Fusion. Now, the tie here looks like there are some ties with Graham Smith, right?
Yeah, definite ties with Graham. Graham's been doing this for years and years. And a great advocate.
And a yellow card.
Pick up a caution here.
And it looks like that'll go against Boehner.
Yeah, Boehner with that hard tackle over on Lopez. A valid yellow card for him. Another thing that he's got to be thinking about the rest of the game is don't pick up that second yellow.
So, you know, the Ventura County Fusion, it's really no fluke that this was just some kind of, they all just happened to play there. And here's a play near the goal and crossing it over and tipped it away.
Touch line for a goal kick. Good run though. Good. I mean, the progressive and the forward-thinking nature of what's going on right now is what you want to see. I'm sure Precky's going to go into half here in the next couple of minutes with some positive things going on, which is always great.
Richie Marquez with the punch away there. Lopez fighting for it. And here's a kick again. Sacramento with an advantage. Here is Stewart working the left, crosses back over and has it tucked away. Just a couple of minutes left here.
Yeah, well played by Delbridge there again.
Here is Alvarez. Gonzalez. And no one stopped. He's sitting hit in the face.
Like
and went in.
Dersheng might have caught an elbow there. Inadvertent. Didn't see it actually happen, but if it did happen, it looked like it might have been inadvertent. Republic's going to take exception to this and feel that people are embellishing and diving, but we should get on with things here quickly.
And everyone pleading their case here.
Yeah, let the guys shout a little bit, feel big and tough. So.
And Vukovic is very upset about it. He's had a couple of choice words.
I was going to get a talking to for his choice words.
And he's still upset. And now he's just, the referee is saying,
yeah,
enough.
That's the last warning there.
Enough.
Yeah.
And so he'll trot away.
Message received. Now this should be Republic ball. I don't think there was a foul called.
And now Bond it wants an explanation as well. This is the one thing when you're so far away from this field, you want to hear what they're saying. What are they talking about? What are they fighting here for?
Yeah, that's all people yelling and puffing their chest out right there. There's nothing of any importance in that at all.
And so here we are. We've reached the 45th mark, and so we'll play a little extra time here. Not sure exactly how much will be put back on. We haven't had a lot of stoppages in play, a couple of injuries, but nothing too much.
Probably a minute or so, maybe 2 tops would be my guess.
And here's Stewart giving chase again. Stewart has just been about a leg too short or too fast for most of the game. And once that timing gets down, you feel he'll be able to break one free. Working it around. Here is Pettis, and here's a big kick off to the right side. And here once again it's Langley. Langley working his way to the crossover, and Jukovic with a nice pickup. And looking for a teammate.
Langley might have been offsides there. He's towing that line, so well done by Republic to get a hold of the ball again.
Islanders trying to control it here for the final moments of the first half. All tied at 1 in the first game here at Hughes Stadium in the Sac Republic FC history. You can still hear the pounding of the drums from the Tower Bridge Battalion. They are down off to our light from our vantage point here at about midfield. Down to the right side, and it'll sail out of play to the sideline. And it'll be Islander ball here for the final moments. How easy is it to kind of let your guard down here in the final moments of play, knowing that that whistle could blow about any moment?
It's very, very easy. And if you look at statistically, you'll see how many goals are scored in the last 3 or 4 minutes of a half or a game. It's astonishing. So it's something that, you know, hopefully Precky's got instilled in his guys, that you play to the final whistle for the half or the full game.
Cox able to chase it down, and now here's Sacramento. John not able to get there in time, and so the Islanders will push it forward to the other side of the field. And now here's a big cross play, and getting behind his man. Offside, though, took off too early. And they can't be beating Uvise on that often. So Uvise on.
Doing his job well there, knowing what's over his back shoulder.
He'll punch away, and here's Delbridge. Gonzalez, a quick tap. And asking for another offside. But Sacramento starting to almost lose their breath a little bit. They're not getting behind.
Yeah, I mean, Djokovic, put your foot on the ball, slow it down. Don't get everyone up. Get everyone up. Take your time here. Let's get to the end.
And here's a big boot.
There we go.
And that will be the whistle. So after 45 minutes plus of play, we are tied at 1. And we'll go to the break. We'll have a quick read back, and then we'll have the start of the second half. A great night in Sacramento here from Hughes Stadium.
All our teams, all our players, a big round of applause. Winners are man focused for that round. They won the challenge. That's also the prize basket. Each of them helped his husband.
Ask Mark and Candace Bonney, why is Bonney Plumbing, Heating and Air successful? They'll tell you, it took a lot of hard work and treating everyone like family. The Bonnies knew that doing right by the customer was simply good business. They also believed in taking care of their employees family style, with good pay and benefits. They care about them, and their employees care about their customers and their company. It's worked for Bonney for over 35 years, and it'll work for many years to come.
At UC Davis, the lives we touch inspire us. One team, one choice. One UC Davis.
And here we are, the second half underway from Sacramento. And Rob McAllister with you, Kevin Goldthide as well. And a beautiful night. Got caught downstairs a little bit, Kevin. It was a fun halftime performance there, and now Sacramento tall tied at 1 here with the Islanders. Looking to break free here.
Yeah, good clearance here by the Republic off that corner kick. Great counterattack opportunity here.
And the Republic pushing upfield. And they'll get it to their goalie, Nick Noble. Working the touchline there and on the left side again. And so Sacramento able to tie it up. Alvarez to John, and that happened in the 33rd minute and became the very first goal in Sacramento's home history. The initial going to Braun against the Galaxy 2. So each team with a goal, each team with an assist. 6 fouls for the Republic, 8 for Harrisburg City. 2 corner kicks for the Republic, just 1 for Harrisburg City, each with 4 sides on the goal, and a couple of yellow cards for Harrisburg City. Langley and Boehner each getting a caution.
Yeah, pretty even stats throughout. You know, the big thing is 2 cautions that the Islanders picked up. Could come into play later on down the road to Sacramento's advantage. So we hold a little advantage in that regard right now.
So John and Stewart still your front 2 for Sacramento. And here are the Islanders kicking a good goal. And here comes Jokovic, makes a nice play, rips it up over the top of the head of Garrett Pettis.
Yeah, well held there by Jokovic. That's a tough play. Looks fairly simple, but he got a lot of bodies in there to worry about, a lot of traffic. Well held and well distributed there.
And so the Republic, most of these 20,000 fans sticking around. The temperature's dipping down to the lower 50s tonight, but not keeping them away. And so it'll stick here. A throw-in for the Islanders, looking for their first victory of the season. They're all tied up here with the Republic. In the early get-go of the year, Sacramento, their first home game here, will play 12 more on the season through September here at home. They'll play just a couple here at Hughes Stadium. And now in the attack, here comes Harrisburg City. Deep into the zone now, crosses over, and now the Republic able to clear it.
Yeah, well done by Vukovic there, holding the ball and distributing out of the back. That's brilliant as a center back. That's something that the coaches will definitely take notice of.
Anubi Sayon from the throw-in near Harrisburg City's bench. So we'll play 3 matches here at Hughes Stadium, and then the club will move into their brand new facility built at Cal Expo, Bonnie Field, for the remainder of the year. And that'll be a all natural grass pitch. And soccer only. Here they share Sac City College. Clearly the soccer team and the football team use this field. Hence the down markers. To the right side. Nice play by Bond. And going down is Alvarez and didn't get the call. And they'll play on. The crowd wanted it. You looked a little,
Yeah, a little miffed by that one. I would like to see the call, the whistle being blown there. Alvarez might have gone down a little bit too easily, but I think there was some contact.
And here's Lopez over the middle, stays on his feet. Off to the right. Now Republic attacking. Toward the goal. Over the crossbar. And it looked like Alvarez on the shot.
Yeah, it looks like Alvarez, that's what you want with a left-footed right midfielder. You want him to come in on his left foot. It usually will open up an opportunity like that for a shot. So great effort there. Unfortunately, the final shot just a little bit high there, but good effort all in all.
And so Noble will clear it out. Now Noble played for the Galaxy. And he has been with this program, or excuse me, this team, I should say, for now 3 years. And a nice header to clear it away. And so Sacramento calming down after the first few minutes of this match. They just seemed a little bit off. You said now we've calmed down. They get that big goal. The crowd really gets into it. And now after the break at the half, everyone getting back, and it just seems like a little bit more of a settled match here at Reed.
That first 15 minutes, I think that's jitters from Sacramento. Being here at home, 20,000 people. You expect that. I think you. Here we go, a little attacking chance here for.
And here's Langley into the goal, slides it under Jokebeck, and it's now 2-1.
That's how quickly things can change. Just a simple little turnover in the midfield. Jokebeck came out, looks like the ball slid right through his legs for a goal. Unfortunate for the Republic, but once again, they got a hill to climb with conceding the first 5-10 minutes of the half and the start of the game, so unfortunate.
Almost a mirror of what we saw in the first is that one underneath Jokebeck, and the first goal just kind of tapped away to the right to the far post.
That's how or goals can happen. You know, you think you have your foot on the ball, control of it in the midfield, and then 2 passes later, 3 touches after that, we got a goal and we're down 1 again.
Sacramento lost their last contest to Arizona United 2-1. Lopez scored his first goal in the 27th minute. They did beat the Galaxy 2-3-0, and now here's Sacramento in attack. Has an advantage, but they'll pull it back out, set it up. Working the right touch line. Quick pass inside. The wind has died down a little bit. The temperature sticking around the low 50s here. And Vukovic just throws it way wide of the goal, and almost a blown opportunity there by the Republic.
That's your center back moving forward in an attacking third, so a bit ambitious. Can't fault the try. I think Precky's going to look at the video on that one and ask Vukovic to sit back maybe and play that ball out wide next time, but good effort.
And a real chance for this crowd to see this Republic for the first time, and all season long you can catch it on the web stream as well. And here's a big kick over the middle and a nice header by the Republic. And the battle won, that time by Peltier. Each side going back and forth, changing, but now it'll be against the Republic, and so the Islanders will keep it.
Yeah, it looked like a handball there by the Republic.
So Bill Beecher, the head coach of the Islanders, has this one sent deep. 95, 66, and 53 his record with Harrisburg City. They won the division title in 2011, but they lost in the final to Orlando City. And that has been their most successful year. He did win Coach of the Year in 2005. And a guy who has played a little bit here and there. But they have beaten now 5 MLS teams in the Open Cup. So this is a team that, and a tripping play along the touchline, and
yeah, hard foul on Alvarez there. It looks like that might have been Cox. Cox and Alvarez have been battling for the last 5 or 10 minutes, and looks like Cox might have been taking a little bit of frustration on Alvarez.
So Alvarez goes down, but you have a team here who's beaten DC United. They've beaten New England twice and New York twice. And so this is a team that, even though their record not strong now, they have had some players and do play well. Now here is Sacramento with an opportunity, no numbers.
Yeah, it looks like that just slipped right over the touchline. You know, great run by Stewart and a great ball played over the top. I think you would ideally see Stewart try to get a shot off, but just a second too short or too quick. All in all, good play, good positive play.
You look at the Republic, have they made Nick Noble work enough tonight? Maybe that's where he's been able to sit back a little too much.
Yeah, you know, I don't think he's really been tested. Obviously, you have a goal, but I don't think he's really been tested. And I think Republic, we'd like to see a couple more efforts put on goal and make him make some saves.
So just past the midpoint line here, a throw in. And working it around will be Stewart. John on the right side, and that one goes at about 7 or 8 rows up into the stands. Check on the battalion. I think they're still rocking. They've got the California Republic flag as well, waving high. A boot off to the right side.
Good ball by Vukovic there. Let's see what we can do.
A little crossover to the middle. Taken away by the Islanders, and they'll send it the other direction.
Another positive play by Republic. That's what we want to see. Sooner or later, that ball, that cross is going to find a Republic attacker and hopefully put something on frame there.
John has that goal in the first half, and just that, a nice kick by Alvarez to send it toward the net. A nice tackle there by the Republic. Again, Murkovic playing well. We've seen him really all over the field tonight, and that's going to be a whistle blown against Stewart. A little push in the back, but so far Murkovic's play, what do you think about him? We've really seen him just about every single play here. He's gotten 5 starts so far this year. He's played 90 minutes 3 times so far this year. Might be on that way again here tonight. He seems to be a very key guy in that middle.
Yeah, Preki likes him. He looks like he's going to be that hard-nosed ball winner in the middle of the park for the Republic. You know, every club needs one, and he looks like he's kind of filling that role right now for Preki.
Here's Republic over to Lopez. Lopez with a nifty pass to the right side. And going down, no flag, but here comes the right side. Here is John, one-on-one with the goal, and he's taken out, and he will hit the deck hard. And a nice save. Noble comes out to really take an opportunity. If John gets one more step, he's probably got a goal.
Yeah, if John gets one more step there, he's either getting a touch on the ball and the goalie's going to come out and clean him and we'll have a penalty. But, you know, I think a great play by Noble right there to read it.
Noble, 6'4", 29 years old, and clearly a veteran who's been around quite some time now. He started all 26 matches a season ago. Played 2,340 minutes, and a tussle near the attack zone for the Islanders and going down, and the Republic crowd not a fan of this, is once again hitting the deck. Looks like Pettis.
We might be seeing a caution here too for Uvisayan maybe. No, Alvarez.
And it is against Alvarez.
Looks like a caution coming here.
And here it is.
Yeah, that might have been a little extracurricular after the play, something like that. Didn't look too serious from our angle up here, but looks like there might have been something after the whistle or something like that.
And we've really seen that far side from us. That has really been where the two sides have really gone at it most of this match. Early in the first, we saw that, and then we flip sides, and we still see it along that far edge. Nice pass into the corner, Balling with it, trying to his Bond. Bond trying to keep pace, breaking free, a big shove on the right side, trying to get a call in Sacramento.
Yeah, it looked like Alvarez might have had a great play, a good defensive play over there.
And Ekra did a nice job making a move. Went one way, then decided to go left. Almost break free, but nice job of the defensive line. Here is Stewart, a big high kick. And that sails backwards and into the stands.
Oh, that's unfortunate there.
Was he trying to just a quick throw?
Yeah, Republic tried to do a little cheeky throw in there, take an extra 10 yards. Or ref says no, sends it back. So.
And now the crowd's starting to pick up a little bit as well here. Into the 60-minute mark here on the first night of Sacramento Republic soccer in the capital city. Sacramento not able to get anything free here. Another whistle blown as an Islander goes down. It'll be against the Republic. Rob McAllister, Kevin Goldthwait with you here. We'll be with you all season long, so we appreciate you tuning in from wherever you are. Sacramento Republic broadcast. And we might have a substitution coming as well.
Yeah, it looks like we got somebody getting ready here. It looks like it's going to be
Fochive?
Yeah, Fochive over there.
So George Fochive has played in 4 contests, started 3 of them. And he's going to have to get some time. And here is John. He's got the advantage, working the right side. And a tackle near the far side, making a nice play, was Rafael Cox.
Yeah, great tackle there by Cox. I mean, that's a risky play too. It looks like he might have just been in the box. And if Cox goes down to the ground like that and misses the ball and just touches John, John's going to go down. That's a penalty. So risky play that paid off for Cox over there.
And he had the break. He had a good 2 or 3 steps on him. And early on in this match, we saw a lot of work from Morgan Langley, but he has been quiet here in this second half of play. Ribeiro
A soft header, and they'll be able to keep it after his last touch by the Republic's John. 2-1 still here. A great night for soccer, there's no doubt about that. 20,000 strong. It's still a little. It's almost like, oh, is it going to be this way every night? Almost. Now we're just used to it.
Yeah, as the standard's been set, this is what we're going to see week in and week out.
It's just a fun atmosphere, and everyone just having a good time. And we do have a substitution. So here comes George Fochive from Washington, D.C.
Looks like he's in for Bond there.
And he'll replace Bond. So Fochive goes to the middle, and Bond will come out.
Yeah, quiet night for Bond. We really didn't say his name too much. Looks like he's not too happy with himself down there. You never are when you get subbed out, in the 60th minute. But looks like Precky's trying to do a little strategizing here to get something going in his midfield.
And Sacramento Republic has won the field battle over the last several minutes or so. Islanders really had control coming out of the gate, really much so like the first half. Here's Merkovich trying to make something happen. Back into the middle of the field we go here. Here's Lopez. Lopez pass goes errant, poked away by the Islanders, and a nice job here. Coming up and takes one right off the face is Delbridge, and this one's sent long, and so the goalie, Jakubek, will make a play and pick it up. And Gonzalez will dribble it out along the touchline. Couple right off the face for the Republic. That one by Stewart. Stewart goes down,
that
and no play. And another player dropped down. This time it's the Islanders, and it goes for the visitors, but not for the home team, and a lot of boos ringing loudly through here at Hughes Stadium.
Yeah, I think the official needs to see the first foul there. Way it usually ends up is that they're seeing the second foul and not the first, but I think the Republic were unlucky there.
So we'll set the ball down, and now we have a substitution, it appears.
Yeah, we got one of the.
It's Colin Zizi, a third-year player out of American University in Washington, D.C., the 26-year-old. Quick to check in. Nice header by Delbridge. Deep into the zone. Delbridge, a very solid match so far for him. And here comes the Islanders, and trying to make a move again was Morgan Langley. Morgan Langley, a Hawaii native from Honolulu. The crowd are growing upset with the referee here as they think there's just too many calls here. So a corner kick for the Islanders. And it'll be a left-handed boot. And the header runs errant wide. And so Republic will track it down. And they will keep it on the throw-in. And quick to receive it is Lopez. Looking for a teammate is Stewart. Stewart not there, and yet it looks like we might have another substitution. And Enino Jr. will check in when he gets an opportunity. It looks like he might be replacing Ekra.
Yeah, we need to, it looks like a little gamesmanship here where we're wasting a little time already here. We're in the 65th minute, which that's unfortunate for the Republic to see these guys doing this already that early in the match.
So it's Garrett Pettis who will come out, and it's Junior who will check in for the first time. Junior played in England, the Blackburn Rovers, just 20 years old from Portugal. For the first time in the match, very young player, not a lot of professional experience under his belt.
Yeah, you imagine he's going to be a pretty technical player.
And now he's got a little bit of a run on it. Fochive tracks it back down. The Islanders right back over on the left side, pokes it toward the goalkeeper, Jukabek, and he will be able to punch it the other way. And here's John, he's got a break. Will they call offside? No, looks like he was okay. He'll try to cross it over. He'll come right back near the goal line. And so a missed opportunity by the Republic. Here comes Lopez again. Toward the middle. And not able to get it in time was Fochive. Give credit to the Islanders, able to slow down the Republic when it looked like they had a great opportunity to make a score there.
Yeah, that's going in for a corner. Goalie's got to make
Just
a move
saved just in time, and the goalie Noble has to come out and make a strong play. Quick throw in by the Republic. Working the left side, Ubi Sayan wide over the net. Alvarez in the attack, and we'll clear it. Merkovich. Republic, a very good one-on-one player, Ubi Sayan. Ubi Sayan might be one of the team's best dribblers. Here's a shot near the goal and a great save by Noble, who hits the deck hard and able to scoop it up.
Yeah, Fachive there actually putting out taking a great first touch, setting up his right foot. Decent shot. Didn't look like he caught it clean enough.
And now another player down for the Islanders, and the crowd thinks they might be faking. And now they're calling out the training staff as a player injury out on the field there.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened, but it looks like he's got something there, a hamstring. Looks like he's holding that right hamstring right now.
And a good shot of the Tower Bridge Battalion here. They've been waving their flags all evening long, standing for this entire contest. And if you're one who wants to sit down and watch the game, I would suggest don't sit behind them.
Do not sit with them.
That is not where you want to be. Let's go back to that play, though, where you really had an opportunity for the Republic. I mean, are they taking the appropriate shots? Are they letting it come, or are they trying to force a little bit?
I think that was a pretty good spell by the Republic. You know, you had Jakubek with the great distribution to John that really started that few plays right there. John, unfortunate not to get a cross in, but you know, the result was a good opportunity, a little half chance, maybe a quarter chance by Fachive. And don't fault him for taking that attempt on goal. Noble made a pretty good save and held on to the ball. So, you know, in the last couple of minutes, there's been some pretty positive things coming out of the Republic side.
So Ribeiro holding his right leg as he limps off. He's on loan from the Philadelphia Union. And so he will be done for the evening as we have yet another substitution. And they just keep funneling these players in and out, really trying to kill some of this time, it appears. And we imagine we'll see more of it on the back end. Here's Neil Schaefer, and played for Pittsburgh in the USL Pro for 2 seasons in 2011-2012, and he checks in for the first time tonight here at Hughes Stadium. Sacramento has really controlled the ball here for most of this second half now. They just still trail by 1. A couple of errant shots have not found the back of the net. A nice footy there by Lopez to send it the other way. A good header, and here they come, continuing to push it down.
Great ball by Lopez there. That's what Lopez does day in and day out.
The Republic looks like they've got a little beat to their step. Now here's a move toward the middle. Fachive. And has it taken away, swiped by Islanders.
We got a corner.
And we got a corner. They were able to keep onto it.
Yeah, looks like Cox might have had a bad touch there, so rewards the Republic. And we got Lopez setting up this corner kick with the big guys coming up.
Delbridge toward the middle. Islander able to punch it away. And continuing to punt back. Here's Lopez again. Lopez goes back toward the net. And
giving
their
chase. Tempo. I'm liking Republic's tempo. They're not slowing anything down, and they're pushing forward.
Dos Santos Souza in there. And punch it. Just slapping it away is Noble, and Noble sends it right out of bounds. And so Lopez will take it from the side. Sac Republic putting the pressure on the Islanders here. And
be a card.
Somebody.
That needs to be a booking.
The trip, and they're going to call it, is Gonzalez went down, and they're going to go against Christian Hernandez. Hernandez throwing his hands up, wondering why.
Now this is
or was it Cox? Looks might have been Cox on the infraction.
From a similar spot where Republic scored their goal in the first half. Looks like Lopez is probably on the ball and Alvarez isn't. Wouldn't mind seeing Alvarez on it. See what Lopez can do.
Delbridge far post, Stewart in the mix. Fachive back. Here is the kick inside and
great ball.
Crosses over and a whistle blown, and it'll be
we got Republic ball here.
Republic again.
Great ball by Lopez, swung in there. That's what you want to see. You want to see that ball put in there with some good pace, and that's what he does.
This time a throw in. A header by the Islanders. Sacramento trying to control it back.
That's a high foot by Langley there.
And he's going to pay for it, I think, on the other end, too, as it goes over to check on Vukovic, who is a little slow to get up. So Vukovic able to shake it away, and here is Lopez with a free kick again. Public line it up. Fochive communicating with Stewart. Here's the kick, a little bendy, and off to the side and again. Republic really putting the pressure on here.
Yeah, I love it. And look at Lopez sprinting over there, getting this thing moving. I love it.
And look at
you see a little bit of this sort of momentum shift here. I like how Lopez is keeping it going. And watch him set this ball down, take a couple steps back, and whip it in. Good stuff by Republic here.
The crowd into it as well.
Another corner here. Good ball swung in, cleared out by Islanders. Lopez has got a ball ready to go again.
Gilbert. Over to the King. And a header just over the high post. Couldn't get it to go to John.
Delbridge, I think. Lopez, I love what he's doing there. Great ball. 2 or 3 great balls served in, and unfortunate not to find hit the frame at least on that one by Delbridge.
You just feel really nerve-wracking at that point in time. You just feel the defense was just feeling the pressure, but they're able to come away without a score.
They're weathering the storm right now, really. Just a matter for Republic to turn those half chances into full chances and put a ball in the net.
2-1. A nice header, a tumble out of the play. And Delbridge again able to send it a little back and forth between the two lines here. And Delbridge crossing back over, and he'll try to find a teammate. A nice clear up by Murkovic. And Dos Santos Souza started this little volley, and the Islanders able to get control, but here's Murkovic and a whistle blown.
Poor call there.
And that time little says Vukovic, and he's wondering what. Both players jostling for that position. He's on the backside, and it's always the second guy who gets caught. We know that. I mean, any sport, any time you might be driving down the freeway, it's a second speeder who gets caught.
Exactly. Precky's up on the bench. He's not too happy either with that one.
Went down to his knees, but it'll be Republic ball to throw in from the far side here from our vantage point. And they'll have to give it a second or so.
Get a ball on the field there.
Fochive near, throws it far to Murkovic. And we've been stuck in that neutral zone, and for really the Islanders is probably where they want it to stay for a little bit.
They're happy right now. They're weathering what's going on right now.
Nice play here is Lopez.
Republic needs to keep pressing, keep pushing, keep chipping away at them.
Uvise on. Oh, and a big fake there. Looked like he was going to go with a big boom kick was Delbridge, and now a fight for it is Fochive. Fochive doesn't win that battle, and the Republic will have to track it back down just past the midway point.
Yeah, another positive moves, positive energy by the Republic moving forward. Delbridge there with a pretty good play.
Uvise on kicking it way back, and he'll get it over to Djokovic. We almost forgot about him. We haven't called his name in about 15 minutes now. The offense has really let the defense get a breather. Here is Lopez. Lopez crossing. Lopez looking. Dribbles off to a short pass to the right. And now trying to find his footing is Stewart. Stewart goes down. Defensive play by Richie Marquez. Going to send it toward
Alvarez.
The cross, and it is Lopez there. A beautiful kick.
Lopez put it on for him.
A nice bend to the ball to throw it right near the goal. Not able to get it. And here's tracking down the right side. Here is Junior. Kick toward the middle. They're really trying to set that up, it seems, Kevin.
Yeah, they are pushing and they're pressing right now. They need to keep pushing until they get that. They break them down and get that goal. Some good positive movements right now, which is good to see. I'm sure Precky's feeling pretty good right now.
who can win the turf war. As we know so many times, you get enough opportunities, it's an all in numbers game. And Dos Santos Souza, who's just checked in about 5 minutes ago, he has really been all over the place, really adding some speed to that right side of the field, Kevin.
Yeah, he's definitely changed the tempo of the game over there. And that's what you want to see from the subs coming in. You want to see them actually put their influence on the game and make their opposition adjust to their style of play, which is great to see.
A nice move by Focive to keep the pressure on here. Mirkovic now in the middle of the field. Crowd still into it. Republican FC trying to find a gap. Here's a strong kick toward the middle, and a header breaks it away. And a power kick near the goal, and a great save again by Noble, who moves to the far post and able to slide down on a great pickup.
There's your center back, Vukovic, stepping up and hitting that. I think it was about 10 minutes ago where he put one over almost by the corner flag and steps up and does it again and almost puts one inside netting. Good attempt.
He's really made some nice play in traffic. I'm to see that ball that's coming right through.
You know, we talked about it a couple minutes ago also. We wanted to see Republic really try to test Noble, and I think he's kind of answered our questions and has definitely rose to the occasion so far.
2-1, the Republic trail by a goal here. And looks like we have another substitution, and Langley is out.
Yeah, it
and
looks
in for Langley, it appears it'll be Cliso Bouquet. Is that right?
Yeah, Bouquet's in there.
Yeah,
for,
Bouquet. So
for Langley.
Cliso Bouquet checking in. Here is a shot crossing over, and a nice pickup by Noble. Just in a moment of breath there to snag that away from Stewart, who was giving chase in a hurry. Bouquet played with the 2013 Portuguese club. He's one of the national team's best player as well from Mozambique. Free kick here for the Republic, setting it up. Vukovic gets it out to the left wing, over to, again, Usayon. And a kind of a wasted opportunity there.
Yeah, you want to see Usayon go take it to the touchline and try to whip a ball in.
It almost seems that Vukovic was upset about it all too. And another substitution coming for Harrisburg City. This would be Jimmy McLaughlin when he has an opportunity to come in, and here he is.
Looks like he's taking Eckler's spot here. Looks like this might be the third sub for the Islanders as well. So they're done. Red card or injury happens, they are going to be down a man.
So McLaughlin, a third year. He's on loan from the Philadelphia Union as well. That is their feeder. They feed into that MLS program just down the street. About 60 miles. Nice header there by Vukovic. And a whistle blown and stopping play. So the Republic, a lot of pressure on in the last 10 minutes or so, but as we are working here to the 80th minute mark, we still have not seen that tying goal yet from the Republic, who trailed 2-1.
Yeah, I think this is the right play here by the Republic too, holding the ball, waiting for their big guys to get up so they can loft the ball in the box and hopefully either put a header on it or pick up a second ball. Great
Ball toward the net. Here's the Republic in the attack zone, and again, the Islanders able to get rid of it. And now they're pushing the other way, giving the run.
Here. We got to get the Republic back.
And McLaughlin working that left trim. Able to get it to the middle. Here spells trouble, just errant right. And Jugabek came out and testing the leg. And
you know, I think Republic's fortunate not to concede another one there. It looks like that might have been Dershawn with the shot on goal. I think he's going to want to have that one back.
Was able to draw out the goal. He just couldn't capitalize on the opportunity. And here is John intended for, but he won't able to get back in time as Noble scoops it up into his arms and will send it the other way. So both these teams vying for position as Harrisburg City at the bottom of the standings here. Meanwhile, the Republic in the 4th position. And so the top 6 teams in that playoff picture. A lot of season still left to play, but you'd like to stick around the top as much as you can. Here's a ball thrown way down the right side. Giving chase is Alvarez. Alvarez will try to get it back, but just a bit shy and hits on the back part of the net. And what a great run. And the crowd was really getting into it. And a great sprint. Nearly 50 yards. He had to go and chase that down and just couldn't make the play.
Yeah, Fuchive just played it out there, said, go get it, buddy. Good ball, good idea. A little bit unlucky again.
Crowd still into it. Most of them have stuck around here tonight, even though the temperatures have dipped a little bit. But there's going to be some of those nights here in the summer. Everyone's going to be wanting these nights back when it's 100 degrees in the evening time.
Yeah, the battalion's still singing down in the corner. They're having a good time.
Nice play again. Uwe Sion, a very good dribbler. And here comes the Republic.
Great piece of play right there. Right down the heart of the Islanders' defense.
So Uwe Sion, he has an assist, and that was when Stewart scored. And he's from Southern California, and a guy that, you know, that he really can use that dribbling skills to really set up a goal. We just haven't seen him be able to get that ball right out there where you need him to.
Exactly.
Working around, here's Fuchive. Fuchive and again Vukovic just studying, waiting for a skip over and a nice defensive play by the Islanders.
Yeah, good second ball. Good job picking up the second ball there.
Here's Fuchive. He's got an opportunity now. And the Republic squander that one. And pushing fast. Here's Junior, just a young fellow, 20 years old from Portugal, and probably one of the shortest players out there on the field as well, but he really has some pretty good speed to him. He has really put a test on Delbridge a little bit, even though Delbridge might have a foot advantage height-wise. And here's Ron Stewart down the left side of the field.
We got Uwe Sion trailing here. Stewart needs to do better there, give him a better ball. Stewart just needs to lay that back for Uwe Sion one time to whip it in.
Here's one bending, and here at the back run, a header into the right side, and it won't go for John.
Yeah, it looks like John was between two minds. Should I try to bring it down or should I try to head it on frame? Good ball in by Vukovic. Vukovic is stepping up into the attacking third here. I think he might be feeling a little frustrated, trying to put his stamp on that offensive third.
Now with the Republic attacking, where are we looking at really stamina-wise for the Republic?
You know, the big concern that I'm seeing right now is there's been 2 or 3 counterattacks in the last few minutes that have really left the Republic out. And you see the midfield guys trailing, and it looks like they're kind of blowing pretty hard trying to get back. You know, you want to make sure that you're sorting out the back line as well while you're going forward, but it does look like they're getting a little bit winded out there.
We're in the 85th minute mark here, 84-32 on the clock. Here at Hughes Stadium for the inaugural home opener of the Sacramento Republic and the USL Pro. And take a look at the standings here while we have a moment as the Orlando City leading all with 11 points. They're 3 wins, 2 ties on the season. LA Galaxy 2, they are 3-1-2. The Dayton Dutch Lions are 2-1-1. The Sacramento Republic right there 2-2-1 as well. And so all the way down the Harrisburg City Islanders 0-2-1. So they're looking up at really their river towns who just have from Pittsburgh, who just have one more tie than they do. So this would be a very big win for this club to move up the standings about 2 or 3 positions. And this early on, wins are a very big deal.
Yeah.
Can get you right up to the top.
Yeah, it gives you those 3 points. 3 points are very, very valuable here.
Especially with only 26 games in a season. It's not like you have a lot of opportunities
No, and you really need to take advantage of these home games. You know, you don't really realize how much of an advantage it is. You know, not traveling, playing in your home field, having your own fans cheering for you. You need to get those 3 points. Worst case, you need to get that 1 point on a draw.
Well, especially you have 20,000 fans in front of you tonight.
Put on a show for them.
You got to keep them coming back.
Yeah, keep them happy going home.
Say the last 15 minutes of this contest, though, the Republic have been very exciting to watch. You just needed a goal with it.
Pressing, just speed here.
Here's a clear out here, and Bouquet's got a one-on-one and just sails it right. And
he's going to want that, but you have to hit frame there. I mean, put it hard on frame. Worst case scenario, goalie makes an error, but you got to make the goalie make a save.
Yes. So the Islanders had a couple of opportunities. Here they go again. Here's McLaughlin. He subbed in just about 6 minutes ago. Here is a trail down the left side, and Stewart was looking to give chase, and a nice stop there by Jan, who had to take a little hop over the bench there. So John, playing his first Republic game, has a goal already as well, and a header. Nice kick in by Alvarez, 2 Northern California players. Now John went on to play at Stanford. Meanwhile, from Napa to Sac State is where Alvarez went. There's the connection there for the NorCal kids. Alvarez, a tryout, is able to sign on with this program.
Yeah, Alvarez has had a great few games. He's got a heck of a left foot, which is valuable out here, as we saw earlier, him coming off that right side. He's impressed the last few games, and I think, you know, he's one of those kids coming from that tryout, which is just unique. So great story to see him kind of coming in and putting his stamp with Preki and making Preki force him to play him in these games, really. 4
starts, and he's scored against the Galaxy was his first goal. That was on the 12th of this month. And it was just last year, so he graduated from Sac State, decided to stick around, get his communications degree. Meanwhile, he played on a club team in Davis, and then here he is at
great
the
article,
USL Pro.
Great article about him in the Bee the other day. Kind of shows really where the guy came from. So, good story.
In soccer, there's so many opportunities. There really aren't a lot, but because you have so many international guys who come over and take a lot of these opportunities away, how difficult is it to get noticed? What are some of those things that you do in something like this in a tryout that allows you to stand out and say, you know what, these guys are going to take notice of me?
It's very, very difficult to get noticed at a tryout like that. You have over, you know, a couple hundred people all trying to, you know, show their best and dribble and have the tension on them. It's difficult, and I think it speaks volumes for Alvarez to his personality, for it to come through and for him to be in the position where he is today.
Have you ever had to be in a tryout situation like that?
Many tryouts all over the state when I was younger, and they're no fun. They never are.
And you almost put too much pressure on yourselves. And that's what it seemed like most of these tryouts is Sacramento deep into that attack zone again, not able to make something happen. It'll go back to the Islanders, but you almost put too much pressure on yourself to try to be too much, try to be too good, right?
Right, and all you want to do as a player is get out there and play. And those tryouts usually end up being different situations, not real game situations. But like I said before, I think it's a credit to Alvarez for making himself known and getting a spot on this roster.
So Rio Ricci, the 90th minute mark, will surely have some extra time here, but it's 2-1.
Looks like Bartlett
and just throwing him down to the mat was George Forchive, and it will be Islander ball here.
So we got Chad Bartlome coming in here.
So Bartlome.
Not sure if the officials noticed it. There he goes.
Bartlome, the second oldest player on this team at 31 years of age.
Yeah, Uwe Sean's coming off. They got to be throwing another guy up top, taking Uwe Sean off. So I think a good strategy here by Preki to take one of the defenders off to put some numbers up front.
Just adding a little bit of speed, maybe try to get something near the net, the header a little bit easier.
Put another body up top. Hopefully he'll find himself in the right spot on a cross, set piece, something like that. But tactically, it's a good move by Preki, I think.
So Bartlome, 31 years of age. And that one skirts out of bounds. So when you're looking at these.
Here we are in extra time right now. Still waiting for the official number on the minutes added. Quite a few subs, so typically you get 4 minutes here, we just heard.
So 4 minutes is not a whole lot of time for this Republic team, but they have been much more aggressive here in the second half here, so now they have to convert. Here's a play down the left side, and Bartolome was right there working with Stewart and kicked away nicely job by Richie Marquez. For the Islanders, able to...
Yeah, looks like Vukovic is going for the long throw. Look for the flick here.
Couple of steps. Caught in the middle, Bartolome. He'll use his
Bartolome.
left foot
Oh!
to the left side, and it's way wide right off the crossbar. The far post was right there when we're talking a few feet, and it just did not bend the right way, and it goes out of play.
Great effort by Bartolome there. That's exactly what you want. You see, you want him to drive that ball hard across the face of the goal. Either get lucky with one of the Republic players coming in, tapping it in, or maybe even hitting the side netting with that shot. Great effort, though.
Crowd trying to get behind the Republic here in the final moments of the first inaugural contest here for the Republic at home in Sacramento. And that one sails wide out of play, and for the Islanders, I imagine they're just going to try to keep this furthest away from the goal, try to kill that clock as fast as they can.
Yeah, you know, they've been doing this for the past 30 minutes, really. Republic's been pressing and pressing and pressing. Now they can see kind of the finish line here, the Islanders can.
High kick as well. John able to clear his teammate out, and here's an opportunity near the net. And there's a fight for it, and the Islanders able to push it out of play near the left touch line. The Sacramento Republic will come right back.
Yeah, looks like Precky's decision to bring Bartolome up there has actually paid off. Bartolome's been in the mix for both of these last two chances.
Here's Lopez from the left side, crosses over the middle. Another header opportunity won't go, and here's a high kick over the crossbar.
Looks like we got a corner going. We got a goal kick, actually. Never mind. Yeah, Merkovic there with a decent effort on target, or on the goal. Unfortunate to miss the target, though. You want him pulling the trigger in that situation.
Goal kick here by Nick Noble. Noble has had a very good game here, only allowing that one goal, and that was a header from Alvarez to John. Crowd getting louder here in the final moments. Public still trying to put on the pressure. And clearly Republic have outplayed the Islanders in the second half. They just haven't been able to score.
Yeah, they can't break down that final line of defense, or maybe that final pass to the Republic. They haven't really been able to complete. Can't complain about the effort or fault them for the effort, but it's hopefully it's not too little too late here.
Quickly here's Dos Santos Souza off to the right side, and it will go to Islanders' way. Crowd doesn't like that. And time ticking away for the Republic to try to put one in the back of the net here. And that is it. So the game comes to a close, and the Republic, in their inaugural opener here in the capital city, fall to the Harrisburg City Islanders 2-1. More coming up after this, but you know what? It's a great evening of soccer in Sacramento. It didn't turn out maybe the way everyone wanted it to be, but
yeah, I think the result wasn't what we wanted or expected, but I tell you what, it was pretty exciting, entertaining soccer, and we had a lot of chances, a couple goals there to celebrate. So I think it's a good start for what Sacramento can expect moving forward.
Now, when we talked about that second half, we know that really you had the Republic, who really dominated for most of the time there. We say this a lot in soccer. Just because you win the field battle doesn't mean you win the score at the end of the night.
Right. You can have all the possession in the world during the game, but if you don't get those goals, it doesn't really matter if you have the possession or not. But, you know, I think there's some positives to take out of the game when Preki kind of goes back and lets this game digest. I think he'll think that they're, you know, the last third of the game, the final 30 minutes, you know, the Republic really put their stamp on the game, and we're pressing and pressing and pressing and working hard. Unfortunate not to get that last goal, but there's some positives to take out of this game, absolutely.
And for the Islanders, who do you think really stood out to you? I mean, early on, it looked like Morgan Langley really made a difference, really pushed the defense and put them in a zone that they didn't really want to be in. So overall, though, things changed a little bit. Obviously, Dershang scored the first goal. That came in the 6th minute. Who really stood out for you for the Islanders?
You know, Langley looked pretty good. He was real active for the first half. I think the second half, I mean, they were on their heels for pretty much the entire second half, not really going forward. Bouquet, when Bouquet came in, I think that was a good sub by the Islanders, and kind of was able to break out a few times on some counterattacks. But, you know, a good effort on both sides.
And really got a lot of credit to Nick Noble as well. He played really well. There was a lot of pressure for him, and he made some pretty decent saves in traffic. A lot of the times where these balls were coming where he probably couldn't see the initial kick either. So
yeah, he answered the challenge. There's a couple decent shots. There were saves he should make, and he made them. So, you know, I think he did his job tonight. He's going to go home and be sleeping worry-free. And
Dominic Jokabek gave up 2 goals. One was a slow dribbler. One was a very good goal, and that one just skirted right past him underneath his legs. And you just sometimes you get too close to that offensive player, they're going to make it pay.
You know, he might be thinking about maybe he could have taken a better angle at both of those, but still, I think they were pretty good finishes. Both the goals were good finishes. You really can't fault Jokabek for his efforts tonight.
And how about this? The young man, number 14, Adam John, on loan from the San Jose Earthquakes. You know, here he is, a local kid, went to Jesuit High School. And if you're unfamiliar with Jesuit here in Carmichael and Sacramento, it is one of the most premier programs in the entire country. I mean, this is a program that has won hundreds and hundreds of games, has not lost even 100 yet. I mean, it's like 690 something to 95. It is
a good program there. Believe me, I played against them at Christian Brothers growing up, and Jesuit always would beat up on us. I'd like to say we maybe took 1 or 2 games.
There you go.
But they definitely had the edge on us.
So Adam John gets his first goal in the Sacramento Republic history. He was a 15th overall pick, and we did play 1 game with San Jose this year. Did play 22 last year, and as we talked about, just getting a little bit more time from him and really getting some opportunity to play here, and he shows that he can score. And the one thing the Earthquakes have struggled on this year is that they've not been able to put the ball in the net. So who knows how long he'll be here.
Right, he's doing his job. As a forward, your job is to score goals, and he did his job tonight. I think he would have liked to get 1 or 2 more. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think John Doyle and the coaching staff over in San Jose are going to be looking at the score sheet today and seeing Adam John's name on the score sheet, which is what he wants. And he's kind of the shining light here tonight, with the local boy coming home for the first, you know, Republic home game and scoring a goal, getting his name in lights. So he'll be happy. I think he'll be disappointed with the result, but overall, pretty good performance by John tonight.
Now I was looking at Thomas Stewart. I really like the way he played tonight. Now he didn't have an opportunity to really get one in the net at all, but I think he was always constantly putting pressure really on those middle defenders throughout the entire evening.
Yeah, he was buzzing around, and he's a silky player. He's got a great first touch. He showed that tonight, and I think once again as a forward, your job is to score goals, and he didn't do that tonight. But I think he was putting pressure, and he was working his tail off, putting pressure on the back four, which is just part of the job as well. So. Good performance by Stewart tonight as well.
And we also had a couple guys really come and change a little bit. Gilberto dos Santos Souza, he came in really late in the game. Also George Forchive, and then really at the final moments there also was Bartolome. And here are guys, you know, everyone wants to play obviously almost 90 minutes. We all know that. But sometimes you just need kind of these specialty guys to come in and really make a difference for your club.
Right. I think Precky's substitution choices were the correct ones, and I think that the guys that did come in, you talk about Forchive. It looks like Forchive is not shy to shoot. So he came in and I think actually put some good efforts on target. And the other 2 guys did a good job of coming in and doing their job.
Now, if you're a Republic fan, and clearly you haven't loved the Republic all that long because, well, they're brand new, but here something to take away a little bit. This is a very talented team. I don't think a lot of people understand just the amount of talent and the experience on this team is far greater than really what Harrisburg City put out there tonight. Obviously, the result was not there in the win column, but nonetheless, this is a team that really has a lot, it appears, to offer.
Yeah, I don't think they showed their best tonight, which is good. It's unfortunate for tonight, but I think there's going to be a lot of positives that are going to come out of this season with these guys.
What happened tonight?
Well, we were pushing forward and giving it our all, and sometimes the bounces just don't go our way. But we had an incredible fight all the way to the end, and the fans were really, really helpful. I mean, we heard them the whole game. And I'm just glad to play in front of such a great group of people.
Have you ever seen an atmosphere like this before, played in front of a crowd like this before?
Not too many. This has been incredible, and just coming home and playing in front of all the Sacramento fans is a dream come true.
Yeah, it's got to be awesome for you as we talk with Adam John here. Now, Adam, talk about the first goal of tonight, the first goal ever scored by the Sacramento Republic.
It was just a good cross in, and we had very good runs, and the ball just bounced to me, and I just stuck my head down and put it in.
Nah, it was awesome. Now, where do you guys go from here? Obviously, another home game next Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to get back in training and fix some of the things we need to work on and get the first home win.
Absolutely. All right, Adam, great job tonight. We'll look forward to seeing you again next Saturday.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.
All right, big hand, everybody, for Adam John tonight. The first goal ever for the Sacramento Republic FC.
Our guys, they came out and performed admirably. We're definitely disappointed with the result, but like I said, I think the last 30 minutes shows that these guys were on their front studs and really pushing to try to get that goal. I think Precky's going to go back, review the tape, and take away a lot of positives, and hopefully, you know, we can kind of get these guys going. Maybe work on some finishing this week or something like that to break down that final third. So
the Republic fall to 2-3-1 on the season. And so they don't get any points for this contest, of course, of that. But we really appreciate you tuning into the live stream. You can tune us back in next Saturday, as we'll be right back on the web again. 7:30 kickoff for that match, and that one should be a good one as Orange County Blues comes back to town. The Republic fell to them earlier in the year, so you know they're looking for a little bit of payback after that 2-1 defeat down in Southern California. So we'll be right back here at Hughes Stadium one more time. For Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Have a wonderful night, and thanks for tuning in here to Republic Soccer.